Good morning, America. Winter Wjla. 9 reported twisters ripping through the South, tearing roofs off buildings, sending these trucks sliding down roads. A NASA facility taking a direct hit. Drone footage capturing the trail of destruction. The governor of Louisiana declaring a state of emergency. And now a major new storm heading for the Northeast. As much as a foot of snow expected.
Breaking overnight, an extraordinary moment in the fight over President Trump's cabinet as Republicans vote to silence Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Mr. President.
They are.
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader.
Senators impugned.
Reprimanded for quoting Coretta Scott King's criticism of Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions.
I ask leave of the Senate to continue my remarks.
The Senator will take her seat.
And the president's travel ban heads to court overnight.
And the new investigation after a college student dies, found unconscious at the bottom of the stairs following a night of drinking. His family searching for answers. Why did no one call for help until nearly 12 hours later?
You don't gotta go to work.
Working from home, Super Bowl champ Tom Brady revealing his wife Wjla wants him to hang up his helmet after his huge Patriots win.
If it was up to my wife, she would have me retire today.
As he hit the parade route with his son, dabbing and dancing for the ultimate party with the Patriots.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Move over, Dad. Tom Brady. Good morning, America. Benny Brady just steals the show up there.
Adorable.
In Boston. There you saw him.
Oh, my gosh. He's got the moves, doesn't he? Oh, do it again. Do it again. Don't hurt yourself. All right. We're going to have much more on that coming up. But first, we want to get to that severe weather alert. A big storm heading for the Northeast, and Ginger will have that in just a moment.
And overnight tornadoes ripping through the South. Louisiana's governor declaring a state of emergency. Let's take a look at the devastating aftermath in New Orleans. And ABC's Steve Osunsami is on the scene. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Michael. This behind me is just one example of what families here are waking up to this morning. It's what's left of a bakery. You can see the walls are crumbled in. On top of the building here is what looks like to be an air conditioning unit that came from another building. It was blown this way. The winds were strong enough to turn everyday items into projectiles. You can see something smashed out this car window here. The owner of the bakery spent the night inside this vehicle. The winds were also strong enough to knock down power lines. You see scenes like this all over the city with transformers and pieces of equipment on the ground. Suddenly the sky was falling in the Big Easy, frightening families with multiple tornadoes that were wider than the buildings they damaged or destroyed. There were at least 5 of them reported here in Louisiana, another 3 in Mississippi.
This thing comes up on you in a second, and within literally seconds, you lose everything that you have.
This tornado made a beeline for a facility here run by NASA. Another came terribly close to area oil refineries. Schools in the area were in a panic, with teachers saying prayers for the students as they took shelter in school hallways. People watching from their windows couldn't believe their eyes. This was for real, a live twister tearing through town.
Trying to save everything I can.
Families are now trying to sift through what they have left. This woman tells us she was in her home when the walls came crumbling down.
It was fast. You could see this darkness, something blowing in the sky. Then next thing you know, I'm in a bathtub and the roof and the house collapsed.
Storm chasers with nerves of steel were just 100 yards away from this one. The violent winds reached up to 130 miles an hour and ripped the roof off this building before smashing a pickup truck. People working at this plant are thankful this morning. They watched as a tornado came dangerously close before it tore apart this barn nearby. The governor here is declaring a state of emergency. Nearly 10,000 residents are still without power after power lines were torn by flying wood and metal.
Before we knew it, it was just barreling down on us, you know.
The winds were strong enough to flip semis, knock down trees, and tear apart this gas station. The view from the sky is heartbreaking. Block after block of homes that are leveled. The National Guard is here protecting property. Roads are blocked, mostly on the east side of town. Michael.
All right, thank you, Steve. And let's go over to Virginia for that big snowstorm that's moving into the northeast. And I was excited this morning. I saw it was going to be warm, but then I saw tomorrow's forecast.
Yeah, we're going big time weather whiplash here. So you guys, obviously we're spring dressed today because we're almost 60. And then the energy in the atmosphere coming together, two little pieces that's going to bring us a winter storm anywhere from parts of Nebraska up through Maine. So winter storm warning. The pink area is what I really want you to focus in on. Philadelphia, New York City, Hartford, Connecticut, up through Boston, that I-95 corridor. That's the area we're concerned about. This could eventually become one of our biggest snowstorms, if not the biggest of the season. So here's where it starts, 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Philadelphia, it's snowing. Washington, D.C., you have a wintry mix. New York City, just an awful drive tomorrow morning. Then Boston, an awful afternoon drive. Snow totals wise, there could be a wide swath of 5 to 10 inches of snow with this. So you have to watch your local ABC stations because there are a lot of idiosyncrasies with this. But guys, we're going to be talking about this one and maybe not moving a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, it's the warm before the storm, so it looks like your girls are going to get that snow day they've been wanting.
So it's still below 50%. We'll see.
Oh,
How come several of you guys out? How about that?
We appreciate that. We're going to move on now to the showdown over President Trump's cabinet nominees. Overnight, Democratic senators making another marathon push, this time protesting Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions. But Republicans are firing back, trying to silence Senator Elizabeth Warren. Let's go to our congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce. She's there on Capitol Hill for us this morning. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. These tense cabinet battles just got even more contentious. Democrats here are still at it this morning, trying to derail yet another cabinet nominee. Now, Elizabeth Warren was about 45 minutes into her lengthy remarks when Republicans told her to knock it off and zip it. An overnight showdown on the Senate floor.
So can I continue?
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren delivering a late-night speech opposing Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions, quoting Martin Luther King's widow, Coretta Scott King.
Coretta Scott King also wrote to the Judiciary Committee about the Sessions nomination in 1986. Mr. Sessions has used the awesome power of his office to chill the free exercise of the vote by black citizens in the district he now seeks to serve as a federal judge.
But in an extraordinarily rare move, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell leading a party-line rebuke.
I call the senator to order under the provisions of Rule 19.
Republicans leaning on an arcane rule preventing senators from maligning colleagues on the Senate floor, voting to silence Warren.
Action is heard. The senator will take her seat.
The hashtag Let Liz Speak trending overnight. Instead, Warren reading her speech live on Facebook.
Senator Mitch McConnell and the Republicans came to the floor to shut me down.
Now, so far, just 6 of 21 cabinet nominees have been confirmed. The latest, Betsy DeVos for Education Secretary, but it took a historic move to get it done. The vice president called in to cast that tie-breaking vote. George?
Okay, Mary, thanks very much. Let's get more on this now from our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, and see a couple things. Any word from the White House yet on what happened to Senator Warren last night? We know the president is irritated by how slow his nominees are getting confirmed.
He certainly is irritated, George. No word yet on what happened overnight with Elizabeth Warren. But take a look at what the president did tweet out about the cabinet. He said, "It is a disgrace that my full cabinet is still not in place, the longest such delay in the history of our country." Here's the problem, though, George. That is not true. President Obama's full cabinet was not in place at this point either. What is true is that President Trump has more unconfirmed cabinet posts at this point than all other previous presidents combined.
Much more stark false claim from the president yesterday, this time about crime in that meeting with sheriffs. Let's take a look.
The murder rate in our country is the highest it's been in 47 years, right? Did you know that? Because the press doesn't tell it like it is.
The press doesn't say it's a secret because it's not true.
That's actually not true either, George. Take a look. We pulled some crime stats from the FBI. You can see right there the murder rate hit a high decades ago. It is nowhere near the highest at this point. Kellyanne Conway, the chief counselor to the president, was pressed on this yesterday. She said she would talk to him about these numbers, that she didn't know where and who gave him these numbers. But, George, as you know, this is not the first time the president has made this claim. He talked about this murder rate that he says is the highest on the campaign trail also.
Okay, Cecilia Vega, thanks very much.
And, George, President Trump also facing a legal showdown over his travel ban. Lawyers for the Justice Department and opponents to the ban facing off last night in a federal court hearing. ABC's chief White House correspondent John Carl has the latest on all that for us. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Robin. A decision on whether to reinstate the president's travel ban immediately could come as soon as today, but the legal battle over whether or not the ban violates the Constitution has just begun.
The fate of President Trump's travel ban is now up to the courts. A legal battle the president acknowledged could go all the way to the Supreme Court.
We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't have to. It's common sense. You know, some things are law, and I'm all in favor of that. And some things are common sense. This is common sense.
Overnight, the Trump legal team challenged the district judge who put the travel ban on hold, insisting there's no evidence the president's executive order violates the Constitution.
It is extraordinary for a court to enjoin the president's national security determination based on some newspaper articles, and that's what has happened here.
But the lawyer for Washington State, which had challenged the ban, argued the president's action was not only unconstitutional, but damaging.
What's the harm to the state of Washington?
We had students and faculty at our state universities who were stranded overseas. We had families that were separated.
The White House says the president will accept the outcome, win or lose.
There's no question the president respects the judicial branch, and it's ruling.
But just days ago, the president attacked the federal judge who had put the ban on hold, calling him a, quote, so-called judge, and tweeting, "Just cannot believe a judge would put our country in such peril. If something happens, blame him and the court system." On Tuesday, Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly echoed the president's warning that pausing the ban puts American lives in danger.
It's entirely possible that someone that's coming in, whether it's during this stay, during the court action, or previous to this period,
but you don't
to do us harm.
But you don't have any proof at this point.
Not until the boom.
Not until what?
Not until they act and blow something up or go into a mall and kill people. So we won't know until then.
At last night's hearing, the judges appeared somewhat skeptical of the White House's argument. In fact, George, at one point, the White House's lawyer said, quote, "I'm not sure I'm convincing the court." He told that to the judges.
Yeah, that was something. John Carl, thanks very much. Let's talk to Dan Abrams about that right now. Now, you always have to be careful about reaching conclusions from the questions, but that was a pretty stunning concession.
It was, and it's true that you can't tell what they're going to do because they were tough on both sides, right? They intentionally asked provocative questions of both sides. But those of us who watch these things still read the tea leaves, sometimes incorrectly. And I think that what we saw from this is I think it is unlikely that they are going to overturn the temporary restraining order, meaning...
It's the only thing at issue right now.
Correct. So I think as a practical matter, most people believe that the current halt on it, which is just temporary, will continue to stay in existence.
But then you get to the underlying question on the overall executive order, and there were a lot of questions from the lawyers about, and from the judges about whether or not there was discriminatory intent, whether the intent of the order was to discriminate against Muslims.
And there I think they were being tougher on the Washington Solicitor General there, because there the judges seemed much more skeptical of the argument that this was a Muslim ban. And they were asking some very hard questions about that. The problem for the administration is that's not the only argument against the law. So even if you say, let's write off the Muslim ban argument, there's still a number of statutory arguments, constitutional arguments, et cetera.
And I want to get to that because the president has weighed in this morning with a tweet. He says, if the U.S. does not win this case, as it so obviously should, we can never have the security and safety to which we are entitled. He added politics, but as a matter of law, he has wide berth in national security.
Well, and very wide berth when it comes to immigration law in particular, right? So when it comes to immigration and national security, the president does have wide latitude, and in the end, probably will be able to enact some sort of executive order very close to what he's got here. The question is just the details, which is going to become critical, and the question is going to be also how much compromise are they willing to do.
Okay, Dan Abrams, thanks very much.
And George, we move from politics to the mysterious death of a young American woman on vacation, traveling alone in Panama when she disappeared. Her body found days later on a hiking trail. ABC's Gio Benitez joins us with the latest on this. So, Gio, what are officials saying this morning?
Well, Robin, good morning. We're learning investigators have been conducting raids in Panama to figure out how this young woman lost her life. The FBI even offering to help local authorities. But right now, that question, how did a vacation end in death? This morning, a mystery on a tiny Panamanian island. A globe-trotting 23-year-old from New York, Catherine Johannet, found dead in paradise. She was visiting Bocas del Toro, an explorer's dream. This YouTube video showing epic hikes and pristine beaches. Johannet posting on Instagram from one just a week ago. But when she didn't return from a solo day trip to a nearby island Thursday, she was reported missing. After 3 days of searching, a police officer found her body along a hiking trail. Her family seen here arriving from the U.S. Monday to identify her body.
I'm going to guess, based on the reaction of the Panamanians, that this probably is, there's some wrongdoing going on here someplace in this case, and it may well be a murder.
Now investigators are racing to determine whether there was foul play. Authorities awaiting autopsy results before declaring this a criminal investigation. The FBI now standing by to help with a possible investigation.
Is there anything at the scene where she was found that would help identify a potential suspect? And then obviously, were there any witnesses in proximity?
And now Johannet's sister writing on Facebook, "My family is thinking of all our beautiful memories with our laughing, adventurous, warm little girl." And this morning, the State Department has issued a statement saying it will continue to work closely with Panamanian officials. No doubt we will keep following this developing story, Michael.
All right, thank you, Gio. And turning now to the big Super Bowl celebration. Take a look at the Patriots in the streets of Boston for the huge victory parade yesterday. And this morning, there are those questions about whether Tom Brady will retire or not. A lot of teams are hoping he does, I'm sure. Jesse Palmer is here with more. Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Michael, that's right. You know what it's like to be in a big Super Bowl parade, right? Celebrating the big game victory. But it's what the MVP revealed about his future that really has Patriots fans cheering.
He's got enough Super Bowl rings to fill an entire hand.
I forgot this one. It's kind of new.
But this morning, Brady says his lady has told him it's time to call it quits.
If it was up to my wife, she would have me retire today. She told me that last night 3 times.
Relax, Patriots Nation. Number 12 says he'll be back next year.
I said, too bad, babe. You know, I'm having too much fun right now.
1 million Pats diehards braving the rain and snow to celebrate.
That's number 5.
That come from behind Super Bowl win.
No days off. No days off.
At the victory parade, the players riding duck boats through the streets. Rob Gronkowski may have missed the playoffs, but he stole the show.
Hey, Boston! Who's getting wild tonight? That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Catching a beer from the crowd and chugging it, whipping off his shirt, and gronking it up with Super Bowl stars James White and LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah!
Tom Brady Instagramming this video of his son Benny dabbing on the boat with his papa. Die-hard fans noticing that Brady's boat decorated with this subtle nod to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, a t-shirt with a picture of 5 rings and the words, "Roger that."
And while Tom Brady partied in Boston, Houston police putting up their top investigators on the search for that missing game jersey that nobody can seem to find, guys.
Well, a lot of people like, Michael, you know, I don't know where it is. That's all I'm saying. And, you know, there's something else that warmed my heart. Check out this picture of my friend Howie Long's son, defensive end Chris Long, who spent 8 long seasons in St. Louis. He's soaking it up. He took a ride on top of one of the floats. After he won maybe an average of 4 games a year in St. Louis, and he goes there for the first year. He wins the Super Bowl, so he and his daddy now have won a Super Bowl each. Pretty cool. What a great hug after the game for those two.
Deserves to celebrate like that. How about out west there, we were saying there, Ginger?
You know what? The Bay Area has their very own weather headline to talk about. You have to see this video. This is out of San Rafael, just north of Bay Area. Up to 5 inches of rain, people canoeing through their neighborhoods. More flood warnings in place today. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the spring-like cities brought to you by CarMax.
When you buy a used car, you should feel confident. That's why CarMax has over 40,000 cars to choose from nationwide, with prices clearly marked the same online as they are in the stores. That should give you some car buying confidence, the type of confidence you need to wear white after Labor Day, the type of confidence to suddenly switch to an English accent for no reason whatsoever. Yep, at CarMax, it's all about confidence. Nothing but net. Nailed it. Or should I say, nailed it, governor.
Another warm day, but this time with clouds. Tomorrow, highs in the 30s, and we're expecting some snow. In fact, winter storm watch north and west of D.C. overnight through tomorrow morning, where there could be more than 3 inches of snow, mainly on grassy areas. But we'll call this nuisance to disruptive weather, mainly for early tomorrow morning, and maybe even some more snow squalls for tomorrow afternoon. We're back to mild for the weekend. Check out the highs, close to 60 on Saturday, close to